versus Bachelor Party.
Trying to get out the pro drafts
Yeah.
real
I
quick.
don't
Who's
I,
on
I
what
don't have
side?
access to chat for some reason. This lobby.
I also do not have access to the chat. So give me just 1 second, Grace Boy is on red side. I'm gonna send that link to him and not StarCraft. I understand StarCraft, the blue side link.
Great. Link on.
And I'm gonna message you the spectator link on Discord. Are we already like 10 steps ahead of me here?
What?
Okay, Justin is 10 steps ahead of me.
Oh, does he have a pick me link?
He already had one going, yeah. There's your second one. All right. I'm interested to see what adjustments will be made between game one and game two.
Second
Uh,
Using a P instead of a phi. Get on my level.
Need to refresh my Twitch.
All right. Tell them that I am ready for.
Are we live? Are we
Yeah,
going?
we're going.
No, we're going. Also, ready.
So, what do you expect to see out of Game 2 side of BP?
Out of BP, I think BP is going to just do a little bit more of the same. I don't think what they had going for them was necessarily wrong. There wasn't anything that wasn't working. And the same going for the set of PMAA. I think they just need to play better,
Just
and
that's it. You heard it here first, BP. Get good.
yeah, like, and that's not like disrespect. That's not trying to say anybody,
It's
any one individual player played like shit. It's just like there were multiple situations in this very when the game is tug of war, then that means one team at any given moment is playing like crap. The other team just takes advantage of it until they play like crap. They just do this back and forth. So I just want to see the same kind of game plans and the same mindset from both of the teams, and just see
I
better executions on what they were
I would like
doing.
to see a bit more of the of a. You were right earlier on thought processes behind the team comps on Find Me Alcoholics Anonymous. Um, Find Me Alpha just rolls off the tongue. That's what it is. Um, and however, it worked for them, so I don't know.
It did work for him. I think it was more of the credit though of the individual play around Zach on or Lillian Type Police on Zach and on StarCraft on his very comfort pick of York. I think we might see that York find its way into the ban phase now because
I would,
he's just asserted that you have to respect that.
I'd be
So
shocked if you did.
it's gonna be interesting to see what sort of pick gets selected moving into the
Okay,
next game because I want
they ban Yorick. Let's see the StarCraft Cho'Gath. I'm ready.
well, I apparently do not have the right link pulled up. Hold on. Yep. Okay, so can you link me the pro draft? Because apparently I do not have the right link to pro draft.
What?
or something, because like
They
I am
haven't
not
started.
seeing picks and advancement.
They've this
Oh, I thought you said they.
no.
Oh, I thought you just said that York got banned.
No,
So I
I
was like, okay,
said
why
that's
is
what
my
we'll
internet
probably
so?
see.
Oh, okay, you cut out there on me. I was like, why can't I like
No,
see the draft? What?
we have not started the draft yet. We have not.
All right, tripping me out there a little bit, buddy.
That's my job. I used to tell students. I tell students at the high school, now that I'm in high school, but they don't believe me. But the middle school students totally believe me when I said, "Yeah, it's in my contract to make your lives miserable. It's in every teacher's contract." And they're like, "What? No." I'm like, "Yeah, it totally is." Really? And they go ask another teacher, "Really?" And of course, the teacher, of course, plays along. And it's like, "Oh
Yeah,
yeah, it's totally in our contract to make your lives miserable." Whoa, that's not cool.
unspoken teacher bond.
Uh-huh.
I am when I think about adjustments though going into game two. I'm wanting to see if there's going to be any lane swapping on the side of Bachelor Party. I think Gerg Seven and Bear Jr. both played their respective champions really well, but I know those players are both super flexible. So at any moment we could see Bear Jr. take down to bot lane or Gerg Seven go up to mid lane. I know that they've been practicing their previous positions really, really, really
It,
heavily,
it, it
but
it's really hard to plan for a pick ban for a really flexible team like that. Um,
ready by the way.
they're ready. I'm ready.
Okay. Um, yeah, it's hard to prepare for like a flexible team, most definitely.
And
But I'm interested to see what can be done because I would like to see a little bit more of aggression out of the side of Bachelor Party's bot lane. I want to see Justin or Javoy rather on that Rakan. I want to see him on that aggressive playmaking style pick because I feel like if he was on that pick previously, then they could have translated it into more of an advantage for their team going into the mid game to having more control over the dragons. Because we saw them take a couple early ones. They got the second one of the game kind of off of a little bit of dumb luck, but the first one was definitely in their control because they had a lead. But the second one was more dumb luck, and then after that, it just kind of devolved as the upper side of the map started to devolve as well. But if you have a more consistent and a wider, or a more consistent, more aggressive ability to zone and control around that dragon,
you,
uh, you definitely want to take advantage of
that
that
being
because right now, like picks like Misfortune and picks like Caitlyn are super good right now because they offer a lot of zone control around those neutral objectives. And I've been on the experienced end of Gerg Seven's Misfortune, and I've been on the end of Jaboy playing a very, very good aggressive support into that situation as well. And I think he plays that super well, and I want to see them play that
that being
style
said,
versus that scaling Ezreal
that
style.
being said, Fudgy Jitters and Slaga did a fantastic job um, of playing ahead at some points and even on others in a disadvantaged lane for
Mm-hmm. Very correct. They held out in a matchup that I definitely would have given more of the quote unquote skill expression over towards the side of Gerg and Jaboy.
them. Are we gonna
But
start
full credit
anytime
to
soon?
Fudgy and Slaga. Also, yeah, are we starting?
I'm ready.
Because
Ready.
I can only talk out of my ass so
I
much.
know. All right, I'm just thinking of a start, please. Where are you, Chiboy? Hey, is Olive Purple? Olive Purple, tell him to start.
Yeah, we definitely want to see more aggression out of the side of Jaboy and Kirk Seven if they're in the bot lane together, or Jaboy and Bear Jr. I think that if Bear Jr. goes to bot lane, I think their bot does become more aggressively inclined. I'm not entirely sure how aggressively minded. Tell him to
Tell him to
start.
start. Start. Start. Also, tell him
That
he
he
needs to be more
needs to
aggressive. You can
start
tell
the
him both
draft.
things, but tell him to start. Most importantly.
But yeah, we want to see more aggression on their side. But then looking towards the side of PMAA, I want to see more control on their side. I want to see Cvan play a cleaner game that I know that he can play. I know that he mentioned that he had a shit show last game, so I definitely want to see him self correct and
He's
clean up because
ignoring you?
they're there were moments in the previous game where Sivan went full on aggression that I think he could have dialed back a little bit there and could have been translated into a kill or translated not into a first blood, like he got the experience to the fight of Bear
Well,
Jr.
tell
But if he goes up against Bear Jr. again, then he's definitely going to have a matchup that he's going to have to temper himself with.
well,
We know Bear is one of the more, or is probably the most mechanically gifted player in the league. So it's a battle of mechanics between Sivan, somebody that I consider super mechanically minded, and Bear, who is also just
well,
extremely mechanically
okay.
gifted.
Olive Purple, tell him I need to be up in 6.5 hours for work, so he needs to get this game freaking started.
Who's messaging me now? Oh, we have a different pro draft
What the?
now.
Seriously?
And the first ban comes out. The first ban
We
is
have a
Yasuo
different
targeting Bear
pro draft?
once again.
What the hell?
Waiting on the first ban on the side of Bachelor Party right now. We're gonna see the York ban come out.
So pissed right now.
Looks like it's gonna be LeBlanc, and it's targeting Sivan once again. But no lock in just yet. I'm just gonna slowly walk us through until we get to the point where we can actually see things. And Evelyn coming out, targeting Theatrics, who definitely want to take him away from his comfort pick. I've been on the end of where we don't ban Evelyn, and it feels bad. Diana coming out, targeting Sivan once again. As we mentioned, that pick is super strong, so you definitely want to get him off of the champions that he's played as of late, especially on Overtuned Monster, that is Diana. And Aphelios coming out, targeting Kirk 7. So we've got the York coming out. Respect ban going towards the way of StarCraft as Ezreal gets hovered here for the first selection and locked in for the sides of PMAA.
Interesting. Taking it away from
It's going
Gerg, I
in the
guess.
hands of Fudgy Ditters, which I don't know if that champion's within his wheelhouse, but I'd like to see. Let's see what happens. We know that to be a first safe pick, or a safe first pick rather. Can't word. A safe first pick for the 80 carry selection, but there's Caitlyn still on the board, so I actually would have liked to see Caitlyn come out from him again, rather than that. But we get the Rakan, the aggression is coming out. Now he just has to be wary about the existence of Morgana, and if Slaga wants to select that for his defense, or Brom's pretty good against Rakan as well. We get the lovers duo coming out, picked in the wrong order, so they don't match on the pro
Feels
draft.
bad.
Feels freaking bad. But I don't know how much experience Girk 7 has on Xayah. I know that Bear Jr. has quite a bit, though, so I'm interested to see if that's going to be a sign towards a lane swap between him and Gerg.
Did Gerg
Now that we
play
know,
Ezreal last game?
Gerg did play Ezreal last game, yes. As Alistair coming in for the side. PMAA getting Slaga on
Not
that
a
super
big
comfortable
shock.
pick.
All right, it's over, boys. Slaga has Alistar. It's over. They win.
Kled coming in the top lane, going in the hands of StarCraft.
Warcraft. Good pick.
Not entirely sure how much experience he has on that, but it still falls within the route of that split pushing style. So we get to see him emulate
But
that familiarity with
it's
Yorick.
also a much stronger team fighting pick than York.
It definitely has more capability to get involved. As Vladimir is getting hovered for a bachelor party. Is that a Kirk 7 mid pick? I feel like it's a Kirk 7 mid pick. We'll
Olive
find out though
Purple.
once we get.
In most cases, I would agree with you if the Xayah and Rakan's can match, the auto wins. However, I don't think you underestimate the power of the Slaga Alistar. I might be biased.
It sounds like you're a little bit biased.
I am. 100%.
What band was that?
I don't know.
Captains, you have to message
Yeah,
me.
because we can't see the damn chat.
What band? Question mark. Aurelia getting hovered on the side of PMAA. As of right now, that's a no ban in my eyes. All right, really getting locked in. It's a ban against Bear Junior once again.
I guess we'll find out what the band is when we go into actual pick.
And Misfortune coming out, banned out. Why are we banning
Out of
Misfortune
purple, I'm
when
Jewish.
Israel is selected?
Feels bad.
This is extremely strange ban coming out. I don't know if there are any sort of errors going on with Pro Draft or what. But Dr. Mundo coming out getting
It
targeted
could
towards
be
theatrics.
Sivan on Ezreal mid.
It could be Steven on Ezra mid. I don't think that's very good though. I don't think that necessarily plays into what they want Stevan to do.
Int.
Lucian coming out. So it's either a Lucian mid or a Lucian top. Most likely a Lucian mid with a Vladimir going into top lane for Bachelor Party. So that would put Clumsy Chocobo on the Vladimir most likely, and then I think it's gonna be a Bear Junior on mid again with Zyra Khan, Gark 7, and Jaboy in bot lane.
Wait, is that a Lucian?
Yes.
Lucian mid?
Uh, Elise getting locked in as the jungler for the side of PMAA. Yeah, it's not an uncommon mid pick. You mainly want to do it as a counter pick rather than a blind pick, but since I'm not being corrected, we're gonna go
Well,
with
if it's
that.
Ezreal mid, maybe it is a counter pick. Maybe they think it's a counter pick. I guess we'll find out here. And we may be
Well,
right.
looks like this is the weird game of League of Legends.
I called it though.
I mean, yeah, that's not good though.
Doesn't have to be good. Just has to be. It just has to be
break,
me right.
to break away from attempted levels of professionalism, I don't think that was smart. I feel like you're just better off picking more traditional laners than you are taking 80 carries into lanes that they don't necessarily succeed in very well, especially when you could just lock in Rammus. So looks like Theatrics is getting hold of a Rammus, getting his speedy boy talents going. A good spread of mixed damage on the side of Bachelor Party. On the side of PMAA, there's only a bit of AP damage coming out. It's going to be from Elise, but we'll like to see her get ahead in the early game, so she's definitely a more aggressive style jungler.
Tell them that we're ready.
Ready when you are.
Yeah, we already said that. OPT Sim fan. We already said that. I said that. I did. OPT said it was me. Thank
All right, let's see what that mysterious ban was.
you. Yes, I'm curious.
Looking at the spread, I like the look of PMAA's comp a little bit more. I don't like the 80 carries going into mid lane on either side, but that's just because I'm a mild amount of purist. But
Okay, you
they
say that,
definitely.
but when did you start? What season did you start playing?
I started playing in season 2.
I started playing at the beginning of season 1, and there were a lot. Like I remember playing against Caitlyn mid a lot.
Yeah, 80 carries were definitely more prominent in the solo lanes back then, since there wasn't necessarily a fully
Mm-hmm.
established support carry meta. Um, I don't necessarily, still though, to wind to my original point, I don't necessarily like the 80 carry selections in mid lane. I think it sorely lacks in an area of burst. But I guess looking at the side of PMAA, they're relying on their burst coming from the Elise, and then looking towards Basha Party, they're relying on their burst to come from Vladimir, which his burst comes on way, way, way later.
Doesn't Ezreal provide burst as
And
well?
Ezreal does provide burst, but it depends on what he goes. If he goes for the standard 80 carry build, which I think is really kind of the only way to play him, even in mid lane right now, then he's not going to be providing a whole lot in the way of burst. He's still going to be a DPS style champion. If he goes for the AP Ezreal, he'll have a little bit of burst, but he also makes himself vulnerable during the period of burst. Oh, there's your boy reaching out saying the recon picks for me. That's what I want to see. Make it happen.
Thanks, boy. We didn't know.
But looking at the comps, there's a little bit more in the way of zone control coming down from PMAA, which is going to allow them to secure those neutral objectives a little bit more, in my opinion. Vladimir doesn't necessarily provide a massive amount, and Lucian doesn't either. They have to rely on their crowd control coming from Xayah lockups and Rakan and Rammus laying their taunts and their knockups and stuff down on everybody. Whereas you look at the side of
All right.
PMAA, they've got an Alistair that's walking around, and at least it's like Cocoon and
It
Ash with
was
their arrows
Lee
and
Sin.
slows. So Lee Sin
Lee
ban.
Sin ban.
Okay.
Does Loli Hentai Please play Lee Sin?
Yes,
Okay,
it does.
there you go.
I struggle to think of a champion that Lolly Hintahulis has not put his hands on, at least for a small extended amount of time.
Small extended amount of time. Interesting.
Yes, a small extended amount of time, as in like enough to like really know the champion and then immediately drop off and not claim that you're a main of them. It's kind of like an AD carry. Like you know how all AD carries play if you know how to play one of the AD carries. It's just a matter of figuring out what that particular AD carry does.
Necro guy. Did this happen like just now? I must know.
But definitely, just from the shape of the comps, I'm giving it towards the side of PMAA.
Wow.
Just I saw a picture of somebody just writing in Lee Sin and a very poor Microsoft Paint expression of a band. But definitely going to give it the side of PMAA in terms of just team comp selection right now. I think Bachelor Party definitely has to get off the ground. They have to get rolling, and
even though the Ezreal, even with the
Ezreal being countered in the mid lane, I still give the name of the game, the name of the meta is Dragons, and it's getting objectives. And I think that when it comes down to it, you want your team comp to be able to provide zone control and zone pressure, and I think that PMAA provides that far more than Bachelor Party does. However, that's with the caveat of that PMAA has control of that objective going into the fight, whereas the objective is 50-50. I give it to the side of PMAA, but if Bachelor Party has the advantage and they've done their due diligence, and they've set up a good zone control or a good amount of vision control around whatever objective they go to contest, then this crowd control that comes laid down from Rakan and Rammus and Xayah is deadly to catch a pick to start up a fight. But I think when all is said and done, you want to be able to follow up a great engage, or you want your team to be able to engage off of a great ultimate. And I look at that from the side of Kled, I look at that from the side of Ash, and then you got Alistair to just get in the mix and just disrupt the entire fight. So definitely from a team comp standpoint, I want to be playing on PMAA, even if there is an Ezreal on mid. But the scaling on the side of Bachelor Party is definitely in their favor with Xayah and Vladimir, two champions that scale extremely, extremely well. And then, Rammus only also gets better with items. So, and against two or three prominent auto attackers, he should be having a good time if he gets rolling a little bit early. Ugh. I'm interested to see what the first dragon is of the game, what their call is.
I'd like to see a full Elder buff just because it's fun to watch.
Yeah, it's satisfying to see the execution come out and just knock people down.
Shamrocks. 1 minute left.
I am sleepy.
Yeah, me too. I'm glad that this is the beginning of the season and not the end, because for those of you who live in Texas or have ever lived in Texas and know how UIL works for music teachers, it's UIL season, and I probably should sleep, but that's okay. Life goes on.
Life goes on. Eventually, we all hit the end of the road. We die. We leave a lot behind a legacy, or we don't. Nothing to be depressed about whatsoever. But yeah, I'm interested to see what dragon comes up first and how heavily these teams prioritize things. I think with an Ezreal in mid, though, you've definitely worn down any sort of like potential to uh, to fight in that early game. Um, so the aggression on the side of Bear Jr. and Theatrics is going to be far more present for any sort of scuttle fights or any sort of camp steals or anything like that, since the counter card is in the favor of Bear Jr. there, as Girk Seven and Shaboy hold the skin swag for the evening. They've got the Skinergy, and Bear Jr. is the only one rocking the classic skin. So
All right, I am in the game.
not in the game yet myself.
Oh, just a pause. Where are you, OBS? All right, I am paused at 11 seconds.
All right. Whenever my client decides to say go, we'll go.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, hey, pause at 17 seconds instead because my client just jumped in.
14, 15. All right, I am paused at 17 seconds. Do I have all my things right? I do. All right, ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, and play.
All right. Get all my guys flopped around here. As it looks like they're going for the early invade. On the side of Bachelor Party, Ramus popping the speedy ball a little early. You're going to want that speedy ball in about 2 seconds when you face check. Nothing to be accomplished here, so everybody's just going to back out. I do like that Ramus skin, though, now that I look at it.
Is that the one that looks like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle?
This is the soccer one.
Okay.
I don't
Teenage
know why I
Mutant
like that, but I
Ninja
like it.
Ramus. Teenage Mutant Ninja Ramus. Teenage Mutant Ninja Ramus. Turtle's going very fast. Turtle power. Wow, I just made that up.
Stuart, can you do me a
What?
favor? Can you never do that again?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Ramus.
All right, enjoy the solo cast. I'm gonna go to bed.
If you're going to bed, I'm going to bed. They can play without us.
All right, I'm get to one of my original points. We get an Infernal Drake to start off the game, so I definitely want to see that go to the side of Bachelor Party. That'll help them a little bit more in their aggression factor going into mid lane and against their bot lane. That's going to have a very nice combo setups with each other. Nobody really taking any sort of strange build pass or a rune setup that I'm kind of mildly questioning. Lolly Hentai Police going for Conqueror instead of Electrocute as Ramus runs down here to bot lane. Looks like he's going to have this backside gank. Nobody's level 2 just yet, but the taunt gets down. Oh, no taunt, excuse me. He gets down a gank, and it's forcing out Ash's flash. So Fudgy Jitters is going to be down without a very key summoner spell into this Zyarchon matchup that can definitely abuse immobile champions, that's for sure. But winding back to my point, I'm interested to see what the logic was behind the selection.
OPTSM fan says at least Conqueror is kind of the wave right now, especially since he will be in combat constantly.
That's fair, I guess, but I feel like there's the level of burst mages. Okay, as Sivan just eased forward into Bear
Okay,
Jr. for
didn't
some
he give up
reason.
first blood last game too? That
Yep,
that must be
he did.
C-Van's secret.
I mean, it could be. It could be that he just gives them the false hope of the first blood, and you know, steals the game from them afterwards.
Could be. I mean, he wasn't that much of a factor last game. I mean, he definitely did damage. I'm not trying to say he didn't, but he wasn't the carry.
I don't know. I'm thinking about the elite selection. I think that like what you're missing on the side of PMA is a little bit of extra burst, and if he opted for that Conqueror setup, then you've kind of lost that entirely for your team because you know there are going to be situations where you want to be able to just burst down the Zyre, burst down the Lucian, and get him out of the fight instantly. And without that, I think there's just something that's kind of missing. As Elise is chasing down Vladimir Pepper in top lane, getting the bear trap on a rope, secured kill for Kled.
That is
First kill of the
by
game.
far my favorite skill name. Bear trap on a rope, hands down favorite.
That's fair. If he gets into the fights with Rammus, that makes a lot of sense.
Gurg 7 more like dummy head. I like it.
We can't have that level of toxicity in our chat as Slaga Slash or Slaga. I keep calling him Slaga Slash. Why do I keep calling him Slaga Slash? Slaga goes in, gets a ton of
That happens
damage.
to go all the time.
Taking a return
Having played on
for
teams with both Slaga and Slaga Slasha, I have to say that I know the difference.
let's call him Grant anyway. So
Just call him Grant then.
looks but we want to refer to their names while we're in game here.
We've already
as
done it at this
Starcraft is
point.
going in on Clumsy Chocobo really hard up here as he gets the bear trap on a
Oh,
rope
he's
coming
got it.
down. Doesn't look like Clumsy Chocobo is getting away from this one. Are we having a repeat game of StarCraft? Just
I
really
appreciate the double rejuvenation beads on StarCraft.
gives him that little extra sustain, gets him towards that Tiamat. So if you can't purchase the item, just get all the pieces for it. You know.
Oh yeah. Well, it's not necessarily uncommon to see. Wow. 5-minute dragon. Beautiful. Oh, maybe not.
Not too. It looks like Justin's gonna, or excuse me, Jaboy is gonna sniff this one out.
You gotta stop that, man.
I mean, I'm trying not to. But we've got Bear Jr. on the opposite side here, getting a great ultimate spread down. But Saga's going to get the interruption on the culling, but Elise is coming in. Ooh, excellent usage of the Guardian from Rakan to at least prolong a little bit of Lucian or his life there. But they're both still going to die for it, so they get at least a little bit of trade back of what could have been absolutely nothing. As Ash is taking honey fruit from our Alistair for some reason. We've looking at the CS differentials right now. Right now, CS is still kind of holding neutral in terms of top lane. Gurk 7 is taking a small advantage in terms of CS, going into bot and holding about a 10 CS lead. CS in the mid lane's even, and Lala Hentai Police has now secured a 10 CS lead over Theatrics coming out of the jungle.
Yikes.
Looks like Bachelor Party winding back to try to take this dragon again, but Wally Hentup at least is floating around. I wonder if he'll sniff this out or if he's just going to stay on the red buff and be ignorant to what's going on
Or if
here.
he gets red buff and then goes and sniffs it out. No, he's going to be ignorant.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be blind to what's going on here. As we got 3 members now taking out this Infernal Drake. This is the Drake that I want to see going, but we have the Hawk Shot coming in and seeing everything. Unfortunately,
Too late.
Not fast enough. So the extra damage that we wanted to see come out from the Inferno Drake is going towards the side of Bachelor Party, which definitely benefits the lead that Bear Jr. has over mid, and benefits the aggression that can come out of Xayah and Rakan in the bot lane. The CS gap is now starting to widen a little bit here in the top lane. as Kled is claiming a small advantage, and Zaya holding on to about an 8 CS lead going down the bot lane. We've got, in terms of damage right now, BF Sword, a Cloak of Agility, and a Dagger sitting on the... Ooh, Ash Arrow coming in wide and missing. Hitting absolutely nothing.
Those are the best kinds of Ash arrows.
Yeah, I guess they were just going for a wild prediction there. Those are the kind of plays that, you know, that's a highlight play. That's a PMA LCS highlight that you
I
just
agree.
want to hit.
Kind of like my flash into tower on Garen.
Yeah.
Completely at...
It'll hit somebody next game. Well, it's too bad that this is game 2. You know, now that I think about it, that's actually kind of a cool concept. You know how TFT has its separated islands? What if that's like the way it is
Summoner's Rift.
for Summoner's Rift, where there's just like a different map with people fighting out on the other side of it? That would be funny. But it looks like we've got Elise and Kled sneaking around over here on the red side jungle. As OPTSM fan pointed out earlier, these two champions definitely love to dive. So I want to see if they're going to try to set up any sort of dive action in this top lane to keep pushing Kled's lead further and further and further. It looks like Lucian in the mid lane is doing a little bit of camping to try to see if Ezreal will blow his E so he can go aggressive on him. But it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. It looks like he's learned his lesson about eating in on a Lucian and is deciding to play back now. It's in me mum's car.
What?
OP in the chat. He said he found the Ash Arrow. It's in me mum's car.
Wow.
Vine references or TikTok references or whatever. I think that one's a Vine. I don't know if that one's a TikTok.
I honestly don't know. I have never used TikTok, and the only Vines I've seen were the guy who went story time, did all the Disney shit. I mean stuff.
You were missing out, my friend.
That's all right. Oh, that's cool. It goes into a soccer ball. Yeah. I have never seen that before. That's pretty sweet.
Right now, Bachelor Party kind of proving me wrong on the lack of zone control that they have as they're walking into these objectives in 50-50 situations or like in even situations, and just to having full control. I don't know what the hesitation is on the side of PMAA.
It seems to me to be lack of vision
like they're going to claim
more than anything else.
Yeah.
Is there where we can see a vision score? No.
You can just see it when you tab and look at the items.
You can't tab in Spectator.
I'm tabbing in Spectator right now.
It's not letting me. When I tab, it like does something different.
Well, if I knew the commands, I would be happy to tell you. But it's on the items.
I'm stupid. Never mind. I'm very stupid.
Learning something new every day.
Yeah, looking at...
It is on.
I got it! I got it! I got it!
We got it. You're late. You're late.
As usual.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Yeesh.
God.
We're approaching about the 12-minute mark now, and we've got some excellent CS scores coming out on the side of Zaya, holding about a 30 CS lead now over Ash. And even CS kind of in the spread of the mid lane, with Lucian sitting at 109 and Ezreal sitting about 107.
Questionable
right now,
Ash Arrow, I will say.
I think they're just looking to try something right now, which is really questionable. Yeah, especially with Dragon going to be creeping up here soon. They definitely
but you didn't do anything.
As Saga comes in, lands an excellent combo, and it's going to lead to the death of Chaboy.
At the same time, though, Cvan died in the mid lane. Womp womp.
So, we've lost some damage output over here on the side of of Bachelor Party. As a Rift Herald's getting dropped over as well. It looks like this is going to be plates going towards the favor of Clumsy Chocobo and Lucian. Now they can immediately just run this down to Dragon if they wanted to. Ooh, a respectable amount of damage actually coming out of that Vladimir. It looks like PMAA is going to take the advantage that they have right now. And they're going to set up for a sneak kill here.
Ooh.
This is the kind of situation that I would have liked to see an Electrocute come in and be a little bit more beneficial as Lucian. Oh my god, Lucian, your butthole has to be so clenched right now because you lived for so long and you shouldn't have. As Theatrix is going to get kited out here by C-Van on his Ezreal, and Ashe coming in with a approach velocity rune, just slowly running people down.
Does he have arrow? Is there an Ashe arrow?
He just used
okay,
it.
I missed it. Blind.
Oh,
Oh,
excellent.
nice.
Blast cone getting away, but it looks like it's going to be a flash incoming for Ashe, cleaning up the kill on Vladimir. Still a lot of respectable damage coming out. It looks like these guys are going to just back it away. I don't know. No, they're making the call to go to the Dragon.
Smart.
This is sticky with Rammus coming in and Ashe being so low. This is not something that I would make the call. I would just make the call for the reset right now. Especially with C-Van playing his greedy style of being behind over here in the tri-bush. It looks like Rammus is just giving it to him rather than going to check it. So that's a good call after all. Looks like Rammus is going to be run down here in the jungle as Lucian catches a reset over here. Alistair whiffing his combo entirely. Lucian, or excuse me, at least living by the skin of her teeth. As taunt comes out on Ezreal, Lucian is still in range now to do auto attacks, but it doesn't look like he's going to get too much of anything off. Excellent Cocoon coming out. Flash coming out from Xayah, trying to chase down the Elise. Excellent combo by Slaga. Ooh, Slaga whiffed just a little bit as he headbutted Lucian away, but Ezreal's kiting things out, and now they're turning this around to chase down
Disengage
Lucian.
maybe at some point in the near future? Maybe?
Looks like they just decided to back things off, though, and now that you're going to translate this wave that they have coming towards mid into a little bit of turret pressure. So Ashe is now back. She's going to pick up an Infinity Edge, has a 300 gold bounty on herself. The CS differential is still really massive between her and Xayah, so I definitely want to see her pick that up a little bit more.
That being said, what's it called? The gold is like dead even between teams. Just overall.
Mm-hmm. Interested to see what route C-Van goes with his items. If he's going for the old Glacial Augment style build, or if he's going to go for the Trinity Force style build with his Ezreal on mid. I think with the way that this game has played out so far, you definitely want a little bit more stick. So at least from the way it's shown or the way it's been played so far, you can definitely make the argument that you want that extra stick coming out from like a blue build style Ezreal. But I don't know how viable that is in terms of damage output right now in comparison to something like a Trinity Force Conqueror style Ezreal that he's typically played as now. But it's definitely a build that I enjoy and that I would like to see come out to help cut around this Rammus that's definitely just going to want to run people down and get in their faces. As Rammus is like slowly clearing the camps on the top side blue jungle, leaving a little bit of nothing for Lolly Hentai to come in and find for himself. But he's going to be caught between a rock and a hard place here. If Kled starts to walk down in the jungle, he's going to have to find a quick route out. I don't know if he's got a blast coming up. Not. Oh, at least lands the cocoon. Kled is unaware. Looks like Elise is going to handle this solo, but he's got the support of Lucian coming in, so it looks like Elise is just going to have to back off. Oh, very, very, very close, but Lucian picks up the kill as he's going in to try to get this blast cone out. Excellent blast cone out. As Rammus and Lucian walk away, securing the kill on Elise.
I'm really surprised he got out of that.
Losing any numbers. Yes, I'm very surprised as well. Bear Jr. has lived by the skin of his butthole several times now.
It's the only way to live.
Mm-hmm. Looking to spread for our next dragon. It's Earthdrake is going to be the soul for the game. I definitely want to see this come out on the side of Bastard Party. I want to see them claim the soul for this game or start claiming some of those.
OPTSM fan, everyone has skin on their butthole. The butthole is literally made from skin.
Yes. Except when it's not.
Let's go.
Ooh, Zaya getting an excellent steal out. Or no, she did not get the steal out. I thought she did. Almost had the steal out there on the scuttle crab going down.
I'm
Spotland.
Brew. I'm not going to
As this
repeat it, but that's
dragon.
fucking hilarious. I mean, that's really hilarious.
About 50 seconds off from our dragon here. I want to see how well these guys set this up and how well they take the zone control priority over this dragon. This is going to be vital for both of them. You're not going to be mad about a passive shield coming in if you get the soul, and you're not going to be mad about the extra resistances on your Alistair, on your Clad, or on your Elise at all.
Oh my god. OPT.
Good spread of vision control going down here on the river outside of Dragon. So if Bachelor Party decides to swing for this dragon as it spawns here, they should have a good clue as to what's going on. Just going to clear out what vision he can to prevent any sort of teleport flank coming in. They need to be aware about this ward that's over here in this the bush right beside Blue Buff and Wolves as the Hawk Shot comes in just to make sure the area is clear. PMAA walking in.
PMAA.
We got a 4v4 going on right now. Vladimir is down bot. 4v5.
5v5.
It's all about who's pulling the trigger first. And if you're going to pull the trigger, it's going to be off the
all
back of
know
an
it's-
Ash Arrow if
we
you're
all
on
know
the
it's
side
gonna be
of PMAA. Hawkshot coming out, spotting out his team, or the enemy, rather. As Bear Jr. is taken to the mid lane to try to put more pressure onto their turret. That's giving them the clue for PMAA to just start this dragon while their primary carry is separated away from them.
Smart.
Saga getting a good bit of disruption on this team. Excellent headbutt to disengage.
Ooh, the Ash Arrow lands!
Ooh, excellent arrow coming out, landing on top of Rakan. But Rakan going for the counter engage ultimate. Shrinking out just a little bit. Lucian kiting everything out. Oh, Lucian doesn't have a lot of mana, though. He's not going to be able to follow up with too much of a lot of attack resets. But Zaya is popping off all over the place here. Excellent kiting coming out, but not enough as she falls to Elise, Ezreal, and Ashe, who win in extended situations.
Oh, they're now up by one dragon. That was a great fight.
Very, very, very good fight on the side of on the side of PMAA.
Spawn timer starting to reset, and so it looks like Sivan is gonna keep going.
Sivan opting for the Triforce build, looks like, as he picks up the Stinger as another item.
Let's throw it out there. Sivan missed a CS there. Just throwing it out there. I want everyone to know he missed a CS.
Even gods cry. Stuart, even gods cry. We'll see how all this plays out as everybody starts to flow towards respective farm lanes. Looks like we're going to have Lucian swap down to bot lane to match this Kled in the side lane, which is not entirely unfavorable, especially since he has a good bit of damage on him. Looks like Lucian's actually going to try to play with this Kled a little bit. A questionable decision right now with Elise floating in and no vision over the enemy jungle. Yep, he dashed into turret, takes a turret shot. He's doing a lot of damage to Kled. He's getting off a full culling, it looks like. Oh, excellent play on behalf of Bear Jr. Getting off a full culling onto Kled, securing the kill, but unfortunately dies as the Elise was running down. Very, very, very flashy mechanics, but poor decision to run in without vision control or vision knowledge of Elise.
Oh, that Elise backing sound, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what is that strum? What is that music? Oh.
Yeah, if I'm StarCraft and I got styled on like that, I'm feeling bad.
Well, he kind of like
Not too bad. It is Bear Junior
yeah.
though. Not too bad. Mm-mm-mm.
I'm hungry.
Looks like PMAA is posing up over here around the Baron, looking to make a pick before potentially converting this into their own objective. At least playing a little forward here. Let's get in
She's
and
got to.
around by
She's got to
Rakan and
escape.
Rammus. She's got good escapes as Ezreal goes in. Is doing a good amount of damage onto Rammus. Rammus is poked out, so he's going to have to take the resets. He's going to give the number advantage for any sort of pick situation that occurs here. Looks like they're setting it up, and the Asher comes out catching Rakan. Full damage coming out, and Rakan is deleted.
Let's see if we see a teleport from anyone in the bot lane.
I don't know if we'll see it as there's excellent trading going on down in the bot lane. Kled stopping Vladimir, preventing any sort of dive. As Ashe starts running down this Lucian in top lane. Good combo. Let's just translate this immediately into Baron as Kled is teleported up now into Baron Pit. Looks like this Baron is going to go over on the side of PMAA as their lead starts to further and further grow.
Let's see if we have a Rammus. No, Rammus is just going to give it. Well, he may not know they're there, but
Yeah. Just cut your losses out.
no, it looks like they're going to reset. And if I were them, I would head straight for Dragon.
Yep, that's the next objective coming up. Let's run down that way, and you've got Baron buff. Immediately translate that into bot lane pressure if you can catch a wave going on your side as well. Yes, you could have more river nummies than ever before, because I'm not saying that word. At least not without doing a Chad Penguin
What's
accent.
a river nummy?
The river nummies, the plants.
Oh.
Little num-nums.
Great. Shout out to my boy Matt with some food gummies.
Ashe playing very forward here, but Vladimir's chunked out. Ooh, narrowly missing the Ashe arrow as it comes in, but it looks like she's going to start auto-attacking, cleaning things up. Your boy is trying his best, taunting everybody, dashing all around, but it looks like Lucian's going to get knocked up by the cocoon by Elise. Get bursted down extremely quickly.
Yeah, at this point, it looks...
This team fight from the side of PMAA is a little bit too real right now.
Yeah, now they have their third dragon, 2 mountains, which is just going to make their Alistar and Kled even beefier.
Oh, excuse me. They've got this Baron buff. They're going to translate this potentially into an inhibitor with as much poke and lockdown as they have.
Plus with 2 down.
Slaga getting an excellent headbutt off, or a ground pound and headbutt. As they're slowly poking away at this inhibitor, but it looks like they're going to make the call to back out of this. You guys still have the Baron buff, and you've got it exposed, so no need to fight over it. Ezreal kiting it out, throwing back Mystic shots as he goes. You guys could look for a re-engage opportunity right now, actually. On the back of it, an Ashe arrow? Nope, Ashe arrow's not up just yet,
Almost.
but there's the potential to play this super slow and go for the fight.
Looks like they're clearing out jungle camps.
Not so much now that Kled is starting to go towards bot. Kled's going to claim the spot turret for his team. As Ezreal fires off a true shot barrage just to get off a little vision and poke damage towards somebody. What am I being called on? I'm being called on Facebook.
Why?
I don't know. I think it was somebody from another chat. Culling whiffing, but getting a little bit of damage out onto this at least, as your boy narrowly escapes thanks to a little wonkiness from a headbutt combo from Alistair.
Can you be headbutted over a wall?
Yes. Kled making the charge coming in. Ugh, can't talk as fast as I should, but everybody's dying. Zaya's cleaning it all up. Ezreal's doing his best. It might be good enough. Looks like it's going to be good enough. Looks like he's going to die to Rammus, though. As Elise takes the greedy route, tried to go in on the Rammus. The Rammus is going to be able to follow up in just a matter of moments. But no, the Ashe comes in to save her. Ash, play it slow. You can do this. You can do this. Believe, sweetie. You have enough slows to kite things out.
Nice
Pool going
timing.
down. Excellent cocoon. Excellent cocoon.
What the hell
Wally
am
Hentai
I looking
Police
at, Gent
doing a
Plays?
fantastic job this game of landing really, really, really clutch cocoons in the midst of a lot of traffic and in the midst of very, very chaotic settings. Great, great, great mental focus by him to land these clutch plays this game.
All right, so how does BP come back?
BB comes back by securing vision in their own jungle and catching the enemy as they come through to try to secure it for their own objectives. That's the only way that they think they can come back, because they can't win up in a square off team fight. They have to sit back, let Xayah get farm, let Vladimir get farm, and let these late game carries scale up to the point where they can access the back line or defend themselves easily from the dive of the enemy team without any sort of concerns. The way you throw this on the side of PMAA is you don't secure your vision when you start going for these objectives, and you walk in, you face check, and you just easily turn over it, because they don't have a lot of bursts, but they have enough lockdown to take out like one person roaming alone as an Asher comes out and whiffs wide as Ezreal gets a good amount of poke coming out as Alistair is diving down now here on Lucian. Cullen coming out. Looks like this is going to be the death of Slaga. So, over aggression showing the signs here as Rakan diving in deep, trying to get who he can. But this Conqueror kicking in for Kled, allowing him to survive just long enough.
Not quite long enough.
Great job to kite out.
Oh, yeah.
Ezreal and Ashe. Oh, Lord. Yeah, they've got this. They play this slow. Yeah. All right, Ashe, you still got this. You've got the support team at least. They just have to slowly walk this in, play this extremely slow. Don't die to the Xayah. Hit the Xayah, hit the Xayah, hit the Xayah. Ooh.
Nope.
That was an excellently aimed cocoon that forced out the Xayah ultimate to dodge. If you're bachelor party right now, you want to take this reset, take this victory that you just had, and get down to Dragon as fast as you can, because that's going to be on the same mine on the sides of PMAA. They definitely want to get towards this
That's
Dragon as well.
soul for them.
This is the soul. Yep.
Yep, they're jetting for it right now. It looks like BP's. Ooh. Maybe not.
Rammus getting the vision out here on Elise, but this is a massive experience difference, or a massive level difference between Elise and Rammus right now. No potential for a steal unless Dylan.
Yep, that's Soul.
Anti-police just whips it, and that's Soul, Earth Soul going over.
Nice Ashe arrow.
An excellent arrow coming in, a long range. They're gonna be locked up for a while. All this damage coming out. Bachelor Party doing their best to turn the fight around, but I don't know if it's gonna be enough. Ezreal's got a lot of damage. He's killed Lucian. That's primary damage off of the side of Bachelor Party. Ezreal doing his best to kite out on this 1v3 situation, but Ashe is now here too, so now it's a 2v3 situation. So let's see what goes down if they try to pursue this, or do they reset. And go for kill, or go for the minion kills.
Oh, well.
Looks like the way he's posing right now and the way he's going for the mid lane CS, I feel like C-Van's just looking for the next opportunity. So. All right, so we've seen some over-aggression be the death of PMAA here, and that's going to be the thing like we mentioned, like going into these like neutral objectives or trying to claim objectives without securing enough vision or being just a little careless in your preparation for them. It's going to end up being the thing that turns this over in the favor of Bachelor Party. And Bachelor Party has taken this what they've been given and have done their best to climb themselves back into this game. They've still got the disadvantage of the Earth Soul coming their way, but that also puts Elder on the map. If Bachelor Party can get a hold of that Elder, they can definitely start just roaring and throwing out these fights. Looks like Shaboy's going to get in and try to get Alistair knocked up here. Slaga walking back slowly. Ashe arrow coming in to peel off Chaboy and Zaya away from this Alistair as Elise is getting caught up here in the top lane, forced to flash away to dodge, but looks like Chaboy's getting just enough of the taunt edge to come in. True Shot Barrage coming in. Looks like Elise is going down, and it's going to be down to a poke game now with Ezreal and his red buff trying to poke away the side of Bastard Party so that they can make sure that they don't secure this Baron and provide just enough time for StarCraft to secure the bot lane turret, as an excellent amount of damage is coming out from the side of Sivan on this Ezreal. Very impressed with his play so far and his kiting in all of these team
Your
fights.
play-by-play is actually excellent. I don't know what you're talking about earlier.
Thank you. I just don't have a hype voice.
Oh, that's fair. Whatever. Neither do I.
Just focusing on it. Looks like Zaya's coming in and giving a little bit of poke here. Nothing coming to fruition of it, though. Everybody's just giving each other some love taps. The Baron is in the eyes.
Whoa, that
Both
damage.
teams right now has some excellent poke coming out on the side of Ezreal. Asho coming up soon. Hawkshot coming out, spotting everything. Gosh, Ezreal is a real boy. Burn getting to Rammus. Kled ultimate coming in.
Do you direct the Kled ult like that? Like where it goes?
Yes, you have to direct it before it. You can't direct it as it's in motion. You have to start it and it'll go in before.
Oh, that's
and it looks like Ashar coming out, selecting Zaya over there, and it's gonna look like this is game.
That's game.
This is gonna be PMAA securing a 2-0, hopefully.
I mean, the earliest
40-second timers.
15-second.
Looks like Kled's just gonna
the closest is 13 seconds. Rammus is not going to stop him.
We've got the wave coming in here. Excellent cycling, taking the turrets for each other. It looks like this is all she wrote, unless Rammus can do literally anything. Nope.
He can go fast.
He can go fast.
All right.
But well played to both teams.
So, who do you think is the player? Who do you think matches up for the player of the game?
Player of the game? Oh man, that was just a well played game by everybody on the side of PMAA. Get up my stat spread to make sure I'm not speaking wrong, but like I don't know, like I look at I look towards Lolly Hentai Police in that game. I think that he just had his execution on and timing on cocoons and calls for dragons. I felt like he just was kind of like the heartbeat for the team that game. Like Sivan, full credit, like he played excellently. He kited out every fight the way that he was just supposed to. So I think you can make the argument between him or
I think that a really strong consideration should be given for straw polls up, by the way. Really strong consideration should be given for Slaga, because some of his engages and zoning was really critical in allowing the fights to go the way they did, allowing them to get the objectives that they got.
Mm-hmm.
So again, the straw poll is up. Right now we have 2 votes for Lily Hentai Police, 1 for Stevan and 1 for Fudgy Ditters. Get in there and vote. Guys, you should not be voting for Fudgy Ditters because ADCs can't win MVP. It just doesn't happen.
Then that means Sivan can't win MVP because he was technically playing an
True.
EXP. But no. Yeah, no, I'm split decision between Lolly Hentai Police and Sivan. I think Sivan was just kind of like the nail in the coffin on a lot of those fights and kind of just made sure that Bachelor Party couldn't get more than what they even stole from PMAA.
Right.
But I just Dylan, Lolly Hentai Police, was just so clean on some of his cocoons. He was so clean on the execution of that Elise. There were times where like I would see him go in on Lucian, where I'm like, I want that burst from the electrocute Elise, but you know, he still made it all really work really well. So,
all right, I'm gonna give it 30 more seconds on the straw poll. I'll post it one more time just for reasons. All right, right now it is 2 votes for Loli Hentai Police compared to the 1 for CV and Fidget and Slaga, who are all tied at 1. So get in there and vote. It's now 3 votes on Lily Hand to place to 2 and Steven. Get out there and vote. You have about 10 more seconds. All right, I'm calling for Loli Henta Police. Loli Henta Police and StarCraft to get
StarCraft.
into the
Player of the game
player
one.
of the game one. Waiting on the MVPs. Waiting on the MVPs. Hello, there's Loli Henta Police. We're waiting on StarCraft.
They're busy having a
They're
chat.
busy having it.
There might be a little
Oh well, wham! Because I have to go to bed. So, um, all right. So, how did you feel? How did you feel about y'all's performance tonight?
I think it went pretty well. I mean, we did a couple troll int-worthy things in game one, and it was just kind of a lot of luck and a handful of mistakes on their part that really pulled us through that game. I don't know that we really, after our early game performance, really deserved to take game one, but we rallied back, and it felt all right. Game two was a lot better. Game two felt a lot cleaner.
Yeah, it was executed like clear. Like as I've said over and over and over again, full props on the Elise gameplay. You had some super excellently timed cocoons.
Yeah, some of those were nuts.
So what was the we got a little bit from chat talking about the decision to take Conqueror instead of Electrocute. What's like the thought process there? Because I'm unfamiliar with that rune selection on Elise.
So I mean, noting that I was up against a Ramus, the fight was going to be extended. There was no way I was going to nuke him because I really wanted to get super aggressive in his jungle, which I was able to do early until Lucian pulled heavy prio mid. He was able to roam around and partially bully me out of my own jungle. But it's not bad because the adaptive force it gives, you can stack up Conquer immediately on Elise with just one combo, and then you just kind of go to town and it adds additional healing on top of your Spiderling healings.
Okay.
So it's something they're experimenting around with in Korea between that and Electrocute, but it was really team comp based because I didn't think I'd get to their backline with double AD carry Rakan. And I
Yeah.
was just focused on playing off to the side and getting early leads against the Ramus.
Yeah. I'll give you full credit for it though. There were times where I saw you like would land the cocoon on like Lucian or something, and like had you had the Electrocute, you probably would have secured the kill with a little like extra auto attack damage on there. But you know, hey, you picked for the team comp, so more power to you. Excellently
I will say
executed.
my absolute favorite cocoon was when y'all were in the bot lane, I think with Ezreal, and chasing down with a Vladimir, and Vladimir went into his pool, and like you timed it so perfectly to get that cocoon right as he got out of the pool.
Oh yeah, we were kiting back with Ashe
It was
after
Ashe.
a really stupid
Yes,
dive.
exactly.
So, was there any talk to us about like any sort of like preparation that you went throughout the week? Is there anything that you could share that like your team did that you thought led to the success for this week, or were you guys just basically like fuck it, YOLO, it's week one?
I mean, we had been playing a handful together. I know me and Stevan have been playing quite a few games, and occasionally I'll get in there with our boy StarCraft. But I mean, it felt like a little less prepared, other than we've been just mostly talking pick bans a lot all week, kind of discussing between. Gerg7 has been showing a strong showing on Aphelios because that champion's really strong, and he's got some solid right click and movement mechanics with that. And so we were just kind of watching the shift in power of some champions as the new patch dropped, and our pick ban was really just all we talked about, and so we just went with the Aphelios ban anyway. Sorry, Greg.
All right. Well, do we have any questions coming up for chat for Lolly
I will
Hentai
allow.
Police? And StarCraft doesn't love
That's
us.
right. I'm gonna say real quick because I really need to go to bed, like nowish. So, any questions? You have like 30 seconds. Shutting it down. All right.
Awkward silence. Absolutely
Yep.
nothing.
So great games on the side of PMAA. I want you to appreciate that I put the fies in everything tonight. So, um, Yeah, it was some great games. Come out on Sunday and watch Blog versus Literal Team Name. And there's other games this weekend too, but those don't matter. All right.
Rude.
Yeah. Y'all have y'all have a good night.
No. Before we go, we got a question. Who's my favorite?
Nope.
Lol?
Bye.